Welcome to Hobbs Lady Eagle Basketball on Eagle 100.5, brought to you by Lee County State Bank, Lasco Construction, Divine Energy Services, Hobbs Express, Thriftway in La Tienda, Master Plumbers, Eunice Pump and Supply, Bel Air Bowl, Cannon Safety, TDS Telecom, the First American Bank of Hobbs, Forest Tire Company, NMR Pipeline, and Badger Services.
And welcome in to Tasker Arena. It's a home game for the Hobbs Eagles. The Lady Eagles returning after taking the Albuquerque Metro Tournament Championship on Saturday. Just a day off, day of practice, and here they are ready to take on Las Cruces High in this game. Again, a non-district game. And TJ Miracle, you were actually in Albuquerque while I was here covering Lovington girls and boys basketball. You watched and called all four of those games victorious for the Lady Eagles, who come into this one 16-1. What did you see out of them in the Metro tournament?
Well, a very impressive performance. The Metro tournament, I think they were expecting it to be, if we're going to be honest about it, a much more challenging series of games, but they really just came in and dominated. A couple of slow starts in that tournament, but once they found their rhythm, they just absolutely started destroying people in that tournament. Of course, the championship game, they knocked off Kirtland Central, who was the number 4 team overall in the state, number 2 in Class 2A, who had upset Sandia actually the night before the championship. They took it to Kirtland 83-49 in that ball game. It was the Brett Clay show in that. 25 points for Brett to go along with 12 rebounds. Was one of four Lady Eagles in double figures. Kendall Cunningham finally kind of finding her post play in that ball game. She was next on the list with 13 points, 7 rebounds, playing hard off the glass. Bryn Hargrove with 12 points in the game, and Aliana Armitage coming off the bench with 10 points. I want to say there were 3 girls in that tournament that scored in double figures every single game, and just absolutely walked away with the tournament championship. And and I think that's reflective in the new Max Preps rankings that came out today that have Hobbs at number 1.
Yeah, nice work for the Hobbs Lady Eagles. I think that they don't really sweat or pay a lot of attention to the rankings, the seedings, and so forth. But I think they notice them, of course, and I think they're appreciative when their hard work pays off, because they often don't get the benefit of the doubts. And after coming in, ranked number 2 after that initial loss to Sandia at the very beginning of the season by just 5 points. Here they are, back up at number 1 at the top of the poll for the first time this season. So I think the whole thing of building and peaking at the right time and playing on your strengths and learning lessons and building your team and getting deeper as the season rolls on and sharper and ready for district, that's not just stuff we say and we talk about. That's what really is the intention of head coaches and teams, and that's exactly what has happened with the Lady Eagles. No slouches at the very beginning of the season, and even deeper and better now.
Well, and they've done a fantastic job, and actually in the Metro tournament, they needed some of that depth to come along. Kaislyn Muniz, who comes off the bench, was injured fairly early in the opening round game against Hope Christian, and then was out the rest of the tournament. Now I'm looking down on the court, and I think she may be back out there tonight. Good to see her back in, but 4 30-plus point wins for the Hobbs Lady Eagles. They could work on some things, and they could get a lot of girls some playing time, and that's all going to come into play later on in the season. If there's, like I said, and I'm kind of nitpicking here, and I shouldn't do that when you win all 4 games by plus 30. They cannot afford to get off to any slow starts for the rest of the way, because there's not a team, they're the number 1 team. That automatically puts a huge target on their back.
You bet.
And there are teams that, even if they are terrible, I don't care, Clovis, Carlsbad, they've still got to play Artesia. Even if those teams are terrible, they get up for the Hobbs Lady Eagles. And when we get into district, a slow start, especially on the road, could really doom you. If a team can stick around, hang around, they might think, hey, we may not be able to get them in a 3-game series, a 5-game series, but 1 game, we got a chance. So getting off to faster starts is going to be important.
Yeah, absolutely, because that's something that sets your team. If you're up and you get off to a faster start, that sets everybody up better for the rest of the game. You're not worrying about developing a hot hand and gosh, we got to find the perimeter. We've got to find the range on the perimeter shooting, and now we're a little bit behind, and you don't worry about that, and it just allows you to take a deep breath, relax, and play your game, and just not worry about anything. So that's what they want to do. And I doubt that anybody in the state, whether it's NMAA, the people that do the rankings and the seedings, the other teams, I doubt that anybody expects more out of the Hobbs Lady Eagles than they do of themselves. They know what they're capable of. The coaches know what they're capable of. The individuals know what they're capable of. And this team, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've thought this is the first time I've talked about this out loud, but I think this is a team as skilled, as talented, and as hardworking as individuals are on this team. I believe that this Hobbs Lady Eagle team is better as a team, as a sum of its parts, than any one of its parts. Especially, you always hear about teamwork, but especially this group of girls, what they're capable of as a team, to me, outshines. And I think when you look at other teams and they have a huge standout player and this and that, or maybe two, and you look at the Lady Eagles and they're so good, they're so solid, they're talented, but what they can accomplish together eclipses teams that really hang, that may have the shining bright star and a real a single marquee player or something. What do you think?
Well, I would agree with that. This is a team that plays extremely well together. They play unselfish basketball, sometimes to their own detriment. They're always looking for the extra pass. They're always looking for the extra. They're always looking for the open girl to find their way and to get in and to move through to see, if they can get an assist instead of taking the shot themselves.
Right.
One thing I have noticed about this team too, and I noticed it at in the couple games I've called and at the Metro tournament especially, they don't seem to get rattled. Of course, they are extremely experienced. They've got 3 girls who've already signed to play college ball.
Right.
They don't get rattled. They just keep playing their game. It's like, okay, that shot didn't go. Let's get back. Let's defend,
right.
and then let's just go take that shot again.
Sure.
They never get flustered. They never get rattled. And a lot of teams, especially that we've seen, want to do that. The Lady Eagles are a little bit smaller than a lot of teams that they're going to face. We saw it at the Metro tournament. Kendall Cunningham, the tallest girl on the team, 6 foot tall, give or take. And, you're going to find some girls who are taller, who are bigger.
Right.
And, you talk about the outstanding player, but if they shut down Kendall, well, guess what? They've got a girl on Kendall.
Right.
Well, that's probably going to leave Brett open to cut to the hoop.
Exactly.
I saw it especially against Volcano Vista. They would give it into Brett. She would get into the low post or onto the baseline, and they would literally have 4 girls on her.
She would kick it out.
And then she would toss
and find
it out.
Mojica or Cunningham or Hargrove.
Or somebody, and they would just
anybody.
reset the offense and go again.
Right.
So, but yeah, I think this is a team that may play better because they have to, because they have outstanding players. That's not what I'm saying, but they don't have maybe that big solid go-to. In high school basketball, I don't care if it's boys or girls, if you have a dominant center, you're going to be hard to deal with no matter what you do. Hobbs does not. They don't have that dominant center. They don't have that post. Now, they can shoot the lights out from anywhere on the court, and they've definitely got some girls who can go in and they can battle on the glass. They can battle in the high post. They can battle in the low post. They can battle on the baseline, but they're not just going to overwhelm anybody with their size.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying is the sum of, the whole is better than any of the parts, with the Hobbs Lady Eagles, and the parts are pretty darn good, don't get me wrong, but I think that, I think it was a game changer when they really started working on, let's just think about working like a well-oiled machine and find points, score points, and win games together, whatever it takes, whoever it takes, whoever is running the hot hand, however we have to do it, let's do it together. And they have done that. And I think that is their secret weapon and their secret sauce and maybe their superpower that they can use to beat anybody in the state is to remember and rely on that, and not just teamwork, but the fact that as a team, what they can accomplish with the chemistry of these particular ladies is better than anybody else and any other team as a whole in the state.
Well, so. I think that's absolutely correct, and this may be the most team-oriented team that we've had here at Hobbs, at least that I remember calling. This is my 19th season here in Hobbs.
True.
And here in Lee County. This may be the most team-oriented team that these girls have had, and they have had a whole lot of success, both under Johnny Casals back in the day and now with Joey Carpenter the last 7 seasons. So, you know, they can do a lot of things very well. One thing that I know, mentioned during the tournament up in Albuquerque, yes, this is a team that plays offense extremely well, but their defense is really what a lot of times sparks their offense. They'll get a quick turnover, they'll get a transition bucket, they'll get a fast break, and then all of a sudden, and then they'll force another turnover and do the same thing, force another, and before you know it, all of a sudden you're like, man, they're not playing real good, but then you look at the scoreboard and they're up by 20.
What can stall them out sometimes a bit is if a team is rebounding really, really well against them and denying them offensive rebounds and second looks at the basket, and also moving the ball quickly and keeping it away from them. When Hobbs is not, when they're not able to really put defensive pressure on and steal the ball and force turnovers and make points from those turnovers, because you've got to do that, otherwise it's just a lot of it's just a lot of time off the clock. If you're not doing that, then they stall out just a little, but it doesn't take them long to realize, wait a minute, figure this out and refigure and get in there, double clutch and move on. So it's going to be exciting. And at the end of all that, I also want to say they're fun to watch, they're exciting to watch, and it looks like they're having a good time. And there's no better feeling in the world if you're a member of a choir, the music you make together. If you're a member of a band, the music that you make together. If you're a team, the music that you make, is that feeling of you're putting your talents, the best out there, and together you just feel like that well-oiled machine. There is no better feeling than being on a good team and being a member of that team, contributing and playing your best, and the results. And there's just no better feeling than that when you are playing on a field, on a court, wherever it is, and it looks like these ladies have found that feeling, and I hope that they enjoy every single minute of it for the rest of this season, and that it brings them very good things. So as we look at the girls, the 2 teams, Las Cruces High under head coach Lori Selby, Hobbs High under head coach Joey Carpenter, they're warming up. You can hear Taskovich in the background. Let's take a quick run through the rosters, and then we'll take a break, because I know that national anthem is coming soon. Las Cruces High, 0 is Sofia Herrera, a junior, and number 1 is Beth Ziquinones, and she is a senior. Those 2 girls alone are in the top of the stats for Las Cruces High more than any other players. It does not mean that they're going to be the top 2 to beat and to stop tonight, but it does mean that statistically they are your team leaders as far as production, offensive and defensive production for Las Cruces High School thus far this season. Number 2 is Danae Pacheco. 3 is Brooklyn Fender. 4 is Zoe Barrio. 10 is Jaysha Hawkins. 14 is Kira Gamboa. 15 is Eva Gonzalez. 23 is Alondra Cisneros. 24 is Amari Mitchell. 32 is, I'm hoping it's Kaylee Bundy. It might be Callie, but it's 1 L, so I'm going to call her Kaylee unless somebody tells me differently. And as the teams start to leave, we'll run down the rosters for the Hobbs School. The Hobbs Lady Eagles, number 4 is Madison Cepeda. Number 10, Addison Everhart. 12 is Aliana Armitage. 14 is Brett Clay. 15 is Nakaya Mojica. 20 is Bryn Hargrove. 22, Kendall Cunningham. 23 is Kareli Rivera. 24 is Carolina Size. 30 is Aurelie Navarro. 33 is Caitlin Muniz. 34 is Alana Bolton. And 52, is Katie Godwin. And when we come back, I'm going to ask you about Caitlin Muniz. I know she went out injured in one of the games. Was that the last game or the game before
it? It was the very first game of that
Oh,
tournament.
the very first game. Okay.
Went down, I'm assuming, with an ankle. I never got a chance to confirm that with Coach Carpenter, but she had to be helped off the court and did not play again in the tournament. It was in street clothes. So.
Okay. Well, we will take a look at that situation, see about her tonight, and we'll be back. We're going to take a break. If you will listen and appreciate and enjoy the sponsors who allow us to do this game, you also see their logos on the video screen. Take a moment to listen and to watch and to appreciate those sponsors who step up and allow us to broadcast and bring you the games and never charge you anything to be able to watch. And we are on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. Back in just a few minutes here at Tasker Arena. Welcome back to Tasker Arena for Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. I'm Dawn Morgan alongside TJ Miracle with Jonathan Allen running camera for us tonight. We appreciate Jonathan, and we appreciate you.
This is the Lady Eagles on KEJL, Humble City Hobbs, K263AZ Hobbs, Eagle 100.5. Now we're legal.
Thank you very much, TJ, as we get ready for the introduction of players tonight. And the Hobbs Lady Eagles, of course, 16-1 on the season. They've got a great season going on. The Hobbs boys, 16-2, I think, on the season. So, and both of them playing Las Cruces tonight. It's just that we get a chance to see the Lady Eagles at home, and the Hobbs boys are on the road tonight. And this Las Cruces High girls team comes in at 9-4. They last beat Roswell 64-40 on either Friday or Saturday. I think that game may have been played Friday. They are under head coach Lori Selby, and I notice that Sofia Herrera leads that team in rebounds at 5.1 per game, steals 4.1 per game, blocks 0.7 per game, and Betsy Quinones leads in points per game, average of 13.2, field goal percentage at 48%, and assists at 3.2. So two of the dominant players here, and you got to know that the Lady Eagles, of course, you don't just depend on stats, but they're very aware of this team and aware of the players that they're going to have to contain, control, and beat tonight, TJ.
Well, and they certainly are. An interesting note about this Las Cruces team is they lost to El Paso Pebble Hills early in the season. Of course, the team early this season at Hobbs absolutely blew out of the Pebble Hills gym.
Right.
One of their 4 losses was to Pebble Hills. Now, who knows what the deal with that was. Another interesting note, Hobbs has played every team pardon me, that's in that far south district except for Deming. So at the end of the day, that's going to actually help them out because chances are they will have a victory against a district champion. Not that it's really going to matter at the end of the day, I don't think. But, hey, all the playoff points you can get in the matrix they use, the better it is.
Yeah, you bet. So, again, I turned my microphone up just a little bit because we are both.
You are blasted.
Well, I am, but okay, thank you very much. So I turned my headphones up a little bit. I just say that because I know my voice is going to be in and out. Yours is a little iffy tonight as well. And we've both been battling sickness this last week, but happy to be here tonight and happy to have voices to be able to do this game. And I'm really proud of the Lady Eagles having won that Metro tournament. They won it 2 years ago. Last year they lost that, and it really didn't feel good to them, and it kind of precipitated, I think, a little bit of uncertainty when they went into the state tournament, and they ended up not winning the state tournament as well. And I think some of that tone was set, and a little bit of that uncertainty was seeded during the last year's Albuquerque Metro tournament. And I'm glad that they blew it. They just blew everybody away in that one, TJ. I think that really sets them up with confidence, and it really gives the rest of the state, take notice because Sandia lost in that tournament, and then Hobbs turned around and beat Kirtland, the team that had beaten Sandia. And
Hobbs opens it up and gets the opening tip. 3 on the way for Mojica. No good, and the rebound by Zepeda.
And it goes to Clay. Clay gets it over to Zepeda on the left wing. Zepeda moving it back over on the right. Hargrove, sorry. That is 20. Hargrove, of course. And Zepeda's number 4 gets it over to the corner to Zepeda. Back to Hargrove. Hargrove pops a shot at the top of the arc. It doesn't fall. Oh, Brett Clay with a rebound. Put back no good, but she gets her own rebound. So 2 rebounds and 2 points for Brett Clay. And Hobbs is on the books. I feel like I don't have enough to do here. I'm not running camera, and I don't have a score bug, so it's amazing. So 2-0 is your score for the Hobbs Lady Eagles, and another steal takeaway by Zepeda, and Zepeda takes it coast to coast, tries to pop it up. It doesn't fall. Fight for the rebound. It goes out of bounds off of the hands of Las Cruces High, and it will be Hobbs girls basketball.
Quinones was in the neighborhood, but not able to control it, last touching it, so Hobbs keeps possession in their offensive zone.
Yeah, nice. And they do inbound, get it to Kendall Cunningham. Cunningham right under the hoop, puts it up. It does not fall, but she gets fouled, so she'll go to the line and have a chance at hitting the net from the free throw line there. They're up. The Lady Eagles 2-0 here with your starters, Zepeda, Brett Clay, Nakai Mojica, Bryn Hargrove, and Kendall Cunningham. And Cunningham buries the first one. Cunningham with another chance, and the second one was nothing but net either. So up 4-0 now, Hobbs Lady Eagles.
The JV team absolutely crushed Las Cruces 51-10 earlier. The Lady Eagles looking to pick up right where they left off.
Las Cruces high with a shot from the free throw line. It's an air ball, goes out of bounds, but saved by Las Cruces. Then on the inbound, stolen away as Madison Cepeda picks that one up, and that's second turnover for Las Cruces. Pass underneath the basket along the baseline from Cepeda to Cunningham. So Cepeda with an assist and Cunningham with 2 more points. 6-0 Hobbs Lady Eagles over Las Cruces.
Defense playing very, very tough. They're going 2-3 man.
And passing a quick shot up from the right, no good. And Brett Clay skies for her 3rd rebound. Passes down, and stolen away. First turnover for the Hobbs Lady Eagles.
Yeah, Quinones just stepped into the passing lane and took it away. You've got to be crisp with those.
That's right. She's not leading the team in steals, but she's one of their 2 top players. So a steal, a turnover. Las Cruces High still has yet to see if they can capitalize on that, turn the turnover into points. A 3-point attempt up from the right wing, no good. And that is the rebound controlled by Las Cruces High. A shot up, no good. And I think that's number 3. Is that Fender?
It was Herrera who took the shot, and then a block by a big one by Kendall Cunningham. She had 7 in the game against Rio Rancho High.
Nice.
And then a quick foul picked up by Herrera, a block, her 2nd personal.
That's, of course, there's only one Herrera there on the on that roster. So first foul, and it'll be on the floor. Lady Eagles will inbound. That is Nakaya Mojica, who will inbound at the scorer's table.
As Aliana Armitage will check in for Cepeda.
And Armitage with the ball off of the inbound pass. Then passes to Clay, back to Armitage in the right corner, drives in the lane, puts up a little shot. It does not fall. Brett Clay with the rebound, the putback no good, and the rebound controlled by Las Cruces High.
That was Cisneros, her 2nd board of the ball game, and she leaves it off for Quinones.
And Quinones looking for room. Nice work by Hargrove guarding her. So Las Cruces passes it around all the way to left corner, and now back around as number 2 Pacheco drifts back midcourt. As Las Cruces High having trouble finding anybody open, and now they do to Cisneros. She drives the lane, then pulls back out. Bounce pass around, taken away. Brett Clay with a nice steal, and another turnover for Las Cruces. Clay to Cunningham, Cunningham to Armitage, to Mojica, back to Clay on the left wing. 3-point shot up, no good. That 3 ball doesn't drop, and Las Cruces High with the rebound.
Hawkins comes down with that one. Nobody right there to pull that one down for the Lady Eagles. They had all gone to the other side.
Yeah, and being in position for offensive rebounding is important, and also gives you second looks at the basket. A 3 ball on the way, no good. Fight for the rebound. It's knocked out of bounds by Hargrove. It'll be Las Cruces High. They're going to say last touch by Las Cruces.
Yeah, they're going to say Cisneros got the hand on it, fighting with Hargrove for it.
So Hargrove inbounds to Mojica. Mojica runs the point up the right side of the court to Armitage to Clay. Clay out top of the arc. Leaves it off for Mojica. She cycles around, pulls out. Over to Hargrove to Armitage. Armitage drives in from the left. And travels. Yep, they are going to call it. As she thought about taking a jump from where she was, but she had really hands and bodies in front of her, so she changed her mind, and that's always when a travel happens. You change your mind from what you set your body and brain to do. Las Cruces High across the timeline, center court. Cisneros has to kick it out, and now Pacheco. She kicks it out to Hawkins. Gamboa, sorry. Over in the right corner, Hobbs with a very tight defense. Oh, a nice little give and go, but then the shot misses the top of it, hits the bottom of the backboard, and fighting for the rebound. 2 players, they're going to call jump ball, and it's going to be Las Cruces High who wins that, who wins the arrow.
Yeah, Cisneros battling with Cunningham. They were right there, got it together.
On the inbound, a quick shot up, and no good, but the foul is called off that, so it is going to be on Armitage, first foul, and it's first team foul. But it will send Cisneros to the line. 3:48 left to play in this first, and that falls. So that is the first point on the board.
That's
so
Quinones.
That's Quinones, not Cisneros. So 1 point on the board for her, 6-1. A low-scoring affair, but fast-moving. 3:48 left in the game. Second one is a miss. Fight for the rebound. Cunningham gets it. Is that the first or second rebound for Cunningham? And a shot up from the right corner. It pops up and then falls in. Nokaya Mojica with her first tray of the game makes it 9-1. And very quickly, Las Cruces High bringing the ball down the court. A shot up from the right, no good. Nakaya Mojica with her first rebound. Passes quickly down to Brett Clay. Clay puts it up and in from the left. So 2 more points for her. She's got 4 in the game, 11-1.
And that's the transition we talked about. Hobbs got it, fired it down. Brett is going to be hard to take one-on-one and just took it right to the rack.
Those transitions and quick transitions are very important for the Lady Eagles and the style basketball that they play. A shot up, no good. Fight for the rebound. Clay with another one.
And that's her 5th rebound.
Yep, and she's got 4 points. 11-1 is your score. The ball was a step on the baseline?
It was a tip out by Las Cruces.
Okay, so it will be Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball. Hargrove will inbound in front of the student section. 11-1 your score. Just under 3 minutes left to play in the first. As Zepeda picks it up, gets it over to Hargrove on the right wing. Hargrove over to Bolton in the game now. Bolton came in. I think Cunningham went out.
Yeah, whole hockey line change.
Yeah, size is in the game as well. Oh, nice as they cycle it through. And then Hargrove stays on the left wing, takes her shot, and buries that. Second tray of the game for Hobbs. They're up 14-1 over Las Cruces High. And a timeout being taken by Las Cruces High, but it's only 30 seconds. So we'll keep it right here and say thank you to our sponsors, allowing us to bring you the broadcast and never charge you anything. And I think you were just up at the Albuquerque Metro Tournament, TJ, and it's a whole different animal up there.
Well, it is.
As far as video and all of that.
Yeah, APS will not allow us to video. They're one of 3, possibly 4 school districts now that will not. Not sure that's right, but what I was told was their school, their rules, but charging $20 a game, we don't think that's right. We think it's actually pretty cruddy, especially when they're soliciting sponsorship for their broadcasts and when also their services don't work. Now, granted, we have some tech issues, but I was told more than 10 people got on that stream and it wasn't going to work.
All right, out of the timeout, Las Cruces High basketball. They inbound, have to go all the way down the court, having a little trouble doing that on great defensive pressure by Hobbs. But they do manage to find a girl open on the left corner. A 3-ball up on the way, no good, and the ball ends up rolling. It's saved before it goes out of bounds. But then, I'm pretty sure it's going to be, they're going to call a foul.
Yeah, they're going to call the block on Hargrove as she got over there on Gamboa very quickly. Just the second team foul on the Lady Eagles.
And the first on Hargrove, so Las Cruces High will inbound. And it is 14-1 with 2:11 left in this first. Ball loose as Bolton looks like got a handle on it. Or no, that was Zepeda who got a handle on it. And it ended up rolling out of bounds.
And Bolton trying to get to it.
Yeah. And you got to hand it. Madison Zepeda is successful a lot of the times trying to steal that ball and knock it away. Not that time. Las Cruces quick on the inbound. Ball up, no good. Las Cruces with the rebound. A fight for it, no good. And again, a third look by Las Cruces, and they make it good. And Gamboa gets the points. It is 14-3. Hobbs coming down the other way. And that's Size from the right wing. Getting it to Bolton. Bolton over to Zepeda in the right corner, and then they'll just kick it back out to Size and try this again. Zepeda on the right wing. Moving it around, passes to Size. Size open for the 3-ball, and she buries it. Beautiful. Size with the third 3-pointer of the game for Hobbs. Makes it 17-3. Coming the other way, Las Cruces High quickly transitioning, but nowhere to go. Good defense by Hobbs. Keeping him out near midcourt. Almost loses it there. A pass in the lane and the ball up and good. After all that, kind of almost not at all contested there. And that was Hawkins with 2 points. So 17-5. Zepeda giving it off to Bryn Hargrove. She drives in from the left and under very little defensive pressure puts it up and in, her 5th point.
Yeah, Bryn just went through like a hot knife through butter.
Yeah, 19-5 your score. A 3-ball attempt from the right corner up by Las Cruces High. No good. Bolton with the rebound.
But then a bad pass.
Take out and a turnover for Hobbs as Las Cruces High takes advantage of that. They're not going to go away. They're down by 14 points, but they're not going to give up. And a drive to the basket from the left side has absolutely no chance of making it, but it was designed to draw the foul more than to get the bucket. And so Katie Godwin will get called as she has come into the game. First foul on her, and Sofia Herrera will be at the line, her first trip at the line. 33.5 seconds left in the first, and her first is short. Clanks off the front of the iron, so a miss for her. She is, and only 5 points in the game in this first quarter so far for Las Cruces. And Clay, let's see, as Godwin comes out.
Actually, Clay goes in.
Clay goes in for
Godwin. Yeah, she goes in for
Yes.
Godwin, yeah.
No good, and with the rebound, that was Seiss, Carolina Seiss with the rebound, but then the ball knocked away. It stays Lady Eagle basketball, and Carolina's will inbound in front of the student section. So Carolina passes off, gets it back, runs the point, across timeline, center court. Passes over to the left to Seiss, and then gets it back to Hargrove. Hargrove into Clay. Clay puts it up and in from the left. A nice give and go, and Hargrove gets the assist on that. So nice work, good teamwork. 21-5, 7 seconds left. Las Cruces High bringing the ball down. A shot no good, stripped away, taken away. Hobbs with it, and a last-second shot by Clay, no good. But turnover for Las Cruces. Great defense and offense so far for the Lady Eagles. They're up 21-5 at the end of the first quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds with more Lady Eagle basketball from Tasker Arena. And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. I'm Dawn Morgan alongside TJ Miracle with Jonathan Allen running camera. And at the end of the first quarter, 21-5 your score, Hobbs over Las Cruces High. And this is the kind of take charge first quarter that you want to see as the Lady Eagles no real slow start here tonight. The only thing is it was a fast-moving but sort of low-scoring first half of the first quarter, TJ.
Well, it was. Hobbs probably could have put another 10-15 on the board. Just a little bit cold at times on the shooting, a couple of mental mistakes, but I'm sure they'll work through it as we start the second.
And Hobbs with the ball, moving it around the outside of the arc. They get it to Mojica. Mojica by herself, uncontested over there in between the left wing and the left corner, and she pops her second tray of the game, makes it 24-5. Las Cruces High bringing the ball down. Oh, good defense. And that is Herrera, who takes a shot up, no good, and Mojica brings down the rebound, her second. Passing over, Armitage back to Mojica, thinks out, and she traveled. Yep. And again, she was thinking about popping the shot, but she had Herrera in her face, and she took that little stutter step. So that is the fourth turnover for Hobbs in the game. Still, 24-5 is the score, and Las Cruces High still in the backcourt, and they should be, that should have been 5.
And nope, 10-second. Nope, they got the timeout before the 10-second violation.
All right, so Coach Selby saw what was going to happen and decided to burn a timeout. Just a 30-second one. We'll keep it right here as Las Cruces High succumbing to some really tight defensive pressure by the Hobbs girls, who decided to kind of trap them up in the backcourt, and they were successful. Almost had them for another turnover. So as we look at that first quarter, 4 turnovers for Las Cruces High, 3 for Hobbs girls. And only 5 points scored, and 2 of those from Hawkins, 2 from Gamboa, 1 from the line by Quinones.
Yeah, and they went collectively 1 of 4 from the free throw line, did the Lady Bulldogs.
And it looks like, now I think I'm missing, I may be missing a couple of points. I don't think so. 2, 4, 6 points for Clay, 6 points for Mojica, 5 for Hargrove, 4 for Cunningham, 3 for Size.
And a 3 on the way, and it is good for Pacheco.
Pacheco burns the Lady Eagles, so may not want to leave her open again. It's 24-8. Mojica with the ball, gets it to Hargrove in the left corner. 3 ball on the way, no good. Brett Clay with the rebound.
And
the putback, no good. But
they're going to call her for the over the back.
Yeah, they're going to call her for the offensive foul. And that is going to be the first on her, though. And it simply will mean that the ball is going to be inbounded by Las Cruces High. 24-8. They can't afford to let up or let Las Cruces High, back into this game or shave those the points down a little bit. Shot up no good, and Brett Clay with the rebound going to just hang on to it, take it coast to coast, and try to put it up and in from the left. It doesn't go, but she does get fouled. And the rebound, the putback good, but it came after the whistle. So Clay will go to the line, and they're going to call that on Quinones. That's her first foul, first team foul in the second quarter against Las Cruces High, and Clay will go to the line, her first trip in this game, and nothing but net. Beautiful. She sinks that one.
And Clay's shooting about 80% on the season from the line. Hobbs did very good at the Metro tournament from the free throw line. All told, I think we're about 73% in the tournament from the free throw stripe.
That's excellent. And you didn't curse her, so I'm glad to see that. She puts the second one up and in, makes it 26-8 now. Oh, Clay almost steals the inbound pass. And then that ball is led too much, and Herrera was going for it, but could not get there in time. So a turnover against Las Cruces High. Give it back to Hobbs. 6:12 left in the second. Mojica brings it down, running the point, gets it to Clay in the left corner. She drives in, nowhere to go. Kicks it to Armitage. Spin move in the lane, puts up the shot. It won't fall. Gets her own rebound. Kicks it out. Oh, and it's taken away from her. Usually she's the one doing the stealing. So Hobbs with another turnover. And Las Cruces High kicking the ball around the outside on the right. Now having to move back to try to reset the O. Moving back toward is Quinones toward midcourt. Over to Herrera. Herrera, I think, stepped on the line.
Yep.
So, that'll be another turnover as she was, and that came off of really great defensive pressure by Hobbs, and Mojica was just one of the girls over there applying that defensive pressure. So a turnover. Mojica inbounds to Hargrove, back to Mojica, now to Armitage. Armitage gets it to Cunningham back into the game. Cunningham over to Clay on the left wing, over to Mojica. Stops just inside the arc, nowhere to go. Gets it Cunningham, thinks about the three, then leaves it off for Armitage. Armitage over to Mojica. Mojica by herself in the corner. Oh, it does not go. And the rebound by Las Cruces High, is knocked away as Hargrove comes from behind and knocks it out of the hands of number 2, Pacheco. And wow, that was a nice shot, and she did it cleanly, did not foul. Now, it will stay Las Cruces basketball, but it did interrupt the offensive play that Las Cruces was working on there, a little give and go toward the basket. The inbound, a shot up no good, and skying for the rebound is Kendall Cunningham. I got that down as just her second, or is it the third? Okay. A pass over to Hargrove. Hargrove from the left corner. Beautiful. Another tray, her second of the game. She's got 8 points, 29-8 with 4:56 left in this second quarter. Oh, and a takeaway, a steal by Cunningham off the pass. She takes it coast to coast, up and in. Beautiful. Gets the tidy bowl roll and adds 2 more points. Makes it 31-8.
And how that worked was she faked the pass, and that gave her just enough space as the Las Cruces defender bit on it, thinking she was going to throw it out to Mojica in the corner, let her go uncontested.
Las Cruces High with the ball and stealing that away almost, but I think they're going to say, that it hit Hargrove's foot as she was reaching for it to try to, it was knocked away. So it will be Las Cruces basketball. They'll inbound in front of Taskervich and kicking it out. Trying to set some, that's Quinones. Quinones drives in from the free throw line, puts up an air ball, and Size with the rebound, her second. Gets it down to Hargrove. Hargrove pulls up, takes a shot, it's short, and the rebound is going to be controlled by Cisneros. but Mojica trying to pick her pocket. Las Cruces High finds an open girl in the corner from the right, shot up, no good, and the ball fight for the rebound. It's knocked out of bounds, and last touch by Las Cruces High. So it will be Hobbs' ball, and I think that is what, Size, who's going to inbound?
It is.
Yes, Size.
Yep, you've got Size, Cunningham, Clay, Hargrove, and Mojica on the floor for the Lady Eagles.
Under 4 left to play in the second. 31-8 your score. The inbound. Hobbs girls passing it. Mojica to Size, back to Mojica. Size then at the free throw line. It's a great shot from Kendall Cunningham. 2 more points for her in the game.
Kendall found herself standing on the free throw line with nobody within 5 feet of her.
So
She thought, okay, I'll just take the shot.
I think when they passed it to her, they thought she would drive in the lane and take the shot, and she didn't have to. But taking it, Quinones pulls up and buries it. It is 33-10 now, and coming back the other way. Quick transition for the Lady Eagles. A shot up from the right corner, no good. Size with the rebound. Her putback, no good. Cunningham, rather. And then Cunningham with the rebound and the putback. 2 more points. Oh, and trying to steal away that pass down court by Las Cruces from one end to the other practically. It goes out of bounds, last touch by Kendall. Love the energy and the hustle there. No harm. It was going to be Las Cruces' ball anyway. So why not try to steal it? 35-10, 25-point lead for Hobbs. Under 3 minutes left to play in the second. As Mojica, some nice tight defense against Gamboa. Gamboa trapped midcourt. Oh, and a bad pass intended, I think, for Barrio, but it goes through her hands and out of bounds. So another
Hobbs playing
turnover.
a tight man press. They need to be careful, though. They have left Quinones open in that left corner the last couple of times they've gone down the court.
And Quinones can pop the 3. She hasn't tonight. She's just got 2 points on the board. Hobbs, well, over in the corner, Hargrove decides to go ahead and stop and go ahead and take a shot, but it doesn't fall, and Las Cruces with the rebound. Driving the lane is Barrio, tries to put up a shot. It does not fall. It banks off, but she does get fouled. And let's see.
Yeah, Cunningham came in and threw the hip check coming in.
So they will call that on her. That's her first foul. Second team foul against the Lady Eagles in this second quarter. And it will send, I believe, Quinones?
Barrio.
No, Barrio to the line. And it's good. So first point for her on the board. She'll have a chance at 2. She's got one of those very flat arcs, very much like Brett Clay. Brett is a great free throw shooter. It's just unusual to see that flat trajectory, not a lot of arc, but what works, and it does for her. She sinks her second one, 35-12. Nakaya Mojica getting the ball from the left corner, a 3-ball up, no good, but Hargrove with the rebound, and then Clay. Hargrove with a nice assist.
And Clay now with 10.
Yep, and Clay puts it up and in, 10 points for her. And 5 or 6 rebounds? 6, I think.
6, yeah.
Yep, 37-12 the score, a minute 48 left to play.
Tic-tac.
Yeah, and they're going to call Hargrove for the foul.
Clay,
rather, Brett, and that is her second foul. Looks like Clay will come out, Mojica comes out, Cunningham comes out, so Armitage comes in, and Hargrove will stay in, Cepeda comes in
and
as
Novato
well.
also coming in.
So Las Cruces inbounds. Armitage tight on Pacheco. Get it over to Quinones. Quinones drives in, then pulls up on the outside of the right arc. Back to Pacheco, back to Quinones. No room, though. Good tight defense by Hobbs. A bounce pass into Quinones. Now she drives across the baseline, trying to find Barrio, and it goes off her leg. Armitage picks it up, says, thank you very much. I'll take it. I'll pass it to Carolina Size. Size tries the 3-ball. It won't fall, and the rebound by Las Cruces High, and then stolen away by Cepeda, but she can't hang on to it. So it'll be controlled by Las Cruces High. A minute 9 left. They come down, drive the lane, put up a little shot. It's short, but she's going to get fouled, I think.
Yep. Another little tic-tac under there.
And I think who was that? Number 1?
Novato.
Novato. No.
That's who they're going to call the foul.
Yeah, but the Las Cruces girl who was fouled
Quinones.
is Quinones, number 1. So she'll go to the line. She's 1 for 2 from the line so far in the game, and now she misses that one. And Arely Navarro with her first foul. And we now have more. We have Clay back in. Mojica is back in. And Kendall Cunningham back in as well. She's in the blocks. Oh, and that one rattles home. So Quinones with 4 points in the game now, 37-13. Hobbs quickly transitioning, a 3-ball on the way by Hargrove, won't fall. And Bolton fighting for the rebound, and we're going to say a foul is called, and they're going to call that on Bolton, I believe.
And that will put the Lady Bulldogs in the bonus, so they will take the 85-foot walk down the court to shoot free throws.
So just under a minute left to play in the second quarter. Lady Eagles up 37-13. And a little confusion out on the court, but yes, that is going to send number 2, Danae Pacheco. Pacheco with 3 points in the game. And that one in and out for a miss. Excuse me. And again, a line change for the Lady Eagles. So Aliana Armitage, Cepeda, Saiz, and Navarro back in for the Lady Eagles. Navarro with the rebound. Leaves it off for Cepeda. Cepeda going to run the point on the left side. No, that was actually, yeah, that's Hargrove. Hargrove running the point. Gets it back to Cepeda. Cepeda kicks it to Hargrove. Hargrove drives in the lane, pulls up at the free throw line, takes a shot, won't fall. And number 1, Quinones with the rebound. She's going to bring it down coast to coast, pull up with a little floater. It does not fall. Cepeda fighting for the rebound. Whoa, she gets hammered, no call.
And how was that not a foul on them, as Barrio hit Madison right in the face and then took the ball away from her
and then they're
to get the rebound, and then they're going to call us on the foul.
They're going to call Navarro for her second foul. Wow, should have been a foul on Cepeda. I mean, should have been called on Las Cruces against Cepeda, I think.
I'm right there with you.
Wow. All right, first is up, no good.
But as they say, ball don't lie, as that one doesn't fall.
And quickly more changes coming in as Bolton and Clay check in, and Cunningham and Mojica, and Hargrove stays in, as it'll be Clay and Bolton in the blocks for Hobbs. So quick changes, lots of line changes by Coach Carpenter. And that one is going to fall. And so Quinones.
Well, and Coach Carpenter right now doing a nice job. He's just getting a lot of different combinations out there to see maybe, something else might work, might spark, getting these girls experience together on the floor.
Yeah, not a bad idea at all, just to keep your team, having to just make constant adjustments, but still got to bring your game. And it's a good thing, I think, to be ready to do that. And Las Cruces High gives up the ball as Clay steals it away, takes it coast to coast, and puts in 2 more points at the buzzer. It's halftime, and it's 39-14 your score. Hobbs leading this one. We'll be back with your halftime report. More Lady Eagle basketball coming up on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. Welcome back to Tasker Arena, Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com and Eagle 100.5. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle and Jonathan Allen running camera and Tiff Stuber in studio engineering and producing, monitoring. And thank you very much, Evie, I think helping out maybe a time or two with an ear or an eye as well. We appreciate the fact that Lady Eagles are here and they are dominating Las Cruces High 21-5 at the end of the first and 39-14 here at halftime. And here is the scoring with lots of help from TJ Miracle. Let me run down Las Cruces High. I had their points right. We have the points are pretty well scattered. Quinones is leading with 4 points and a rebound. You've got Pacheco with 3 points, 3 rebounds. You've got Badio with 3 points and a rebound. You've got Gamboa with 2 points, 2 rebounds. Hawkins with 2 points, 2 rebounds. Then you have Cisneros with 4 rebounds and Herrera with 1 rebound as well. And 10 turnovers for Las Cruces High in the first half. For Hobbs girls, leading right now, 12 points for Brett Clay. She's got 6 boards to go with that. Kendall Cunningham with 10 points, 4 rebounds. Then you have Hargrove with 8 points, a rebound, 2 assists. And then you have Nakaya Mojica with 6 points, both trays, a couple of rebounds to go with that for Nakaya. And then you have Carolina Seiss with 3 points, a tray, and 2 rebounds. Then you have Madison Cepeda with an assist, a steal, and 1 rebound. Alana Bolton with 2 rebounds. Arely Navarro with 1 rebound. And that is the scoring for the first half for the Lady Eagles, 39-14. They turn over the ball 6 times, 3 in the first quarter, 3 in the second, and pretty good at the free throw line as well. Hobbs is perfect at the free throw line with Brett Clay going 2 for 2, and also Kendall Cunningham 2 for 2 at the line in the first half, and much much better than Las Cruces High at the free throw line, right, TJ?
Yeah, Las Cruces High going 5 of 12, so 47% from the free throw line. Hobbs also winning the battle on the boards, the glass battle. They out-rebounded Las Cruces in that first half, 20-14. Now, that's a little bit misleading. Sometimes Las Cruces would get some offensive rebounds and would have another look at the basket, or they would get a big defensive rebound that would take Hobbs out of the offensive end. But Hobbs winning that battle, and if you win that battle, you're going to be okay. Coach Joey Carpenter kind of playing the hockey line change shuffle there, especially towards the end of that second half. And you got some, we had some combinations out there that weren't as used to playing with each other, or I think, very possible we could probably be in 35-point running clock territory already. But you never know what you're going to get later in the season and when some of these girls may have to play together. The Lady Eagles comfortably in command, but I think of a few things they want to work on and a few other combinations they're going to work on, and I think that's okay. Yeah, it's let's face it, it's fun for the home crowd when you're up by 35 or 50 or whatever the case may be, but a win is a win, and at this point you're playing it almost like practice to get some more experience against somebody that's not your own team.
That's right.
And I think probably going to see more of that in the second half.
And I think that's it's useful, it's productive, not just from the coaching standpoint, but from the girls' standpoint as well, as they have to realize that they may have to play without a girl or two who might get into foul trouble or might get injured. And you've got to be able to not just work and play well together with certain combinations on the court. You're going to have to really work to deepen and strengthen your team. And I think that's a very smart thing for the coaches to do, is to decide to go ahead and put different combinations like that, and quickly having to come off the bench and get in and immediately start producing defensively and offensively in a combination maybe you're not accustomed to seeing or feeling out on the court, but you've got to do it. And I think that's really smart, making that change here in about a minute or so, or even less. You make another big change, and again, very useful, very productive. No, it's not it's a little jarring feeling, when you're watching it and you're thinking, wow, and here come a bunch of subs again. But there's a reason for that, and it looks like the Lady Eagles are handling that pretty well as from what I can see.
Well, it is. And when you've got the starting 5 out there, which is, of course, Zepeda, Clay, Mojica, Hargrove, and Cunningham, you've got them out there. They've been playing together for so long. They can pretty much read each other's minds. And you throw Aliana Armitage in the mix there, Carolina Size, too, because they've all been playing together for, 5 years, 4 or 5 years. That six-pack, if you will, they don't even have to think about where everybody's going to be. It's when you get some of the younger players that haven't had as much experience in there that they don't have quite that chemistry yet, but you got to develop that because, again, you mentioned it, you never know exactly when you could have to come off the bench and fold in another player or two.
And I think it's worth saying something too before we get this second half tipped off here, is a lot of times we talk about, gee, what an easy time the Lady Eagles had of an opponent or something. You know what? Some of it's not because the opponent is not challenging them as much. They're meeting the challenge. They're overcoming it and just really excelling. And they maybe don't get as much credit from the coaching perspective as well as the playing perspective for some of these so-called easy wins that they get. So let's get the second half started here as the ball is inbounded by Las Cruces High at midcourt in front of Taskervich, and it's no good. Shot up, no good, but Las Cruces High with the rebound. They kick it out, and Pacheco thinks about the three. Aliana Armitage says, nope, I'm going to guard you a little tighter than that. So they have to kick it back out to midcourt and get it over to the corner. Again, Pacheco looking to get free, cannot, has to bounce pass it across the baseline and trying to find somebody open. I think that was Gamboa taking it up, no good, and Clay with the rebound. A shot up from her at the free throw line, no good. Fight for the rebound, and I think that was Quinones.
Herrera came away with it and then left it off for Quinones.
All right, so Herrera with the rebound, her second in the game. And no score here in this second half yet. Las Cruces High, a little jump shot goes in and out, fight for the rebound, and it's another shot up, no good. And this time Cunningham does get the rebound. Crosses the timeline, getting double teamed. Passes to Mojica. Mojica drives in, then pulls out. Leaves it off for Cunningham at the free throw line. She drives in. A nice pass to Clay. Clay kicks it out over to Hargrove. Hargrove not in position to be able to take that shot, or decides not to. They pass it to Armitage. She drives in the lane, puts a shot up from the left, no good. Cunningham controls it, then gets it back to Armitage, and she puts it up and in. Her first 2 points makes it 41-14 with less than 6.5 left to play in the third. First 2 points of the second half, TJ.
Well, it certainly was. Hobbs is doing, well, we've got a double dribble the other way, but Hobbs is doing a lot what we saw in the second half at the Metro tournament. They're still going to take their shots. They're still going to work to set things up, but they are really working to burn a lot of time off the clock.
Yeah, and a turnover by Las Cruces High. Gives it back to Hobbs. Hargrove runs the point to Armitage. Armitage kicks it out. Mojica with a tray from the right wing. Her third, the three-pointer of the game.
And just like that, Hobbs up by 30.
Yeah, 47-14. Coming down the other way. Las Cruces with a quick transition, but then they have to pull up the ball in the left corner. They kick it out to Quinones, or to Gamboa, I think.
That's Quinones.
It is Quinones, okay. And she drives all the way to the right. Bounce pass and they're going to call Armitage for the foul on Pacheco or Quinones. Herrera, actually, on Herrera. And Aliana commits her second foul. Las Cruces High inbounds, and from the right corner, a three-pointer by Pacheco, her second tray of the game.
They've left her open all night long, and they finally found her.
Hobbs passing out. Aliana Armitage drives across the lane and puts up a shot using the backboard off the glass into the basket. Her fourth point, 46-17. A little over 5 minutes left to play in the third here as Quinones brings it down, leaves it off for Herrera. Herrera driving in the lane. Swatted away by Cunningham. Nice.
And her second block of the game.
Yeah, so she takes that out of bounds cleanly. It will stay Las Cruces High basketball. A bounce pass is taken away by Mojica as she takes that steal, gets it down to Armitage. Armitage leaves it off for Cunningham, and Cunningham puts it up.
And that was really a case of overthrowing it, and she saved it to Kendall.
Exactly, and it put her past the point underneath the basket where she could actually take the shot herself. But nice work, nice teamwork. Las Cruces High taking the ball, passing it around. Getting into the lane was Pacheco, and Pacheco trying to put it up and in. It gets swatted away.
I think it was Cisneros.
Oh, Cisneros. And Nakaya Mojica trying to swat it away, gets hand instead of ball, or I think with the ball. And that is the first foul on Mojica.
At the line, so.
I guess I was right.
You were.
So Herrera short arms the first one, clanks off the front of the iron, and coming in, got Cisneros is going out, and Gamboa comes in the blocks for the ladies. It is Clay and Cunningham. Second one is up, and that one no good, and Armitage with the rebound. Oh, and then she loses the handle on it, falls, and the ball is taken away. Coming up with it is Gamboa. They get it over to Herrera. Herrera drives in, puts up a shot. It's short, and Clay with the rebound. Oh, and then it's taken right away. So 2 quick turnovers for Hobbs. And the ball up, no good. As Mojica takes it and then passes all the way down. Cunningham picks it up, and Mojica gets the assist.
If you put 4 girls on one Hobbs Lady Eagle, you're going to have that happen every single time. Because they had 4 girls back to guard Mojica on the inbound.
And you know what? Chance. And then she just takes a bounce pass away. So another steal for her, and she gives it to Hargrove. Hargrove puts it up and in with Nakaya Mojica, and another assist for her.
And that's 35 points. So we'll get to running clock and a timeout by Las Cruces.
Yeah, 52-17 is your score right now. 3:37 left to play in the third, and it is a Las Cruces High 60-second timeout. So we'll be back in 30 seconds with more Lady Eagle basketball from Tasker Arena. And welcome back to Tasker Arena, Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle and Jonathan Allen running camera, and here we are out of a Las Cruces High timeout with 3:37 left to play in the third quarter. And Hobbs leading 52-17.
And a 13-3 run on for the Hobbs Lady Eagles. And this is what we talked about in the pregame show. All of a sudden, Hobbs just starts flowing. They get a couple turnovers, a couple of transition buckets, and you look up, and all of a sudden it's a 35-point lead.
Yep, Cepeda in. We'll catch the other players up for you as Las Cruces High inbounds out of their timeout. Working it around. There's a drive toward the basket. Falls a little short, but the pass to Pacheco, and she puts it up and in. So she has 8 points in the game now. 52-19, 3:09 left in the third. Hobbs passes it, gets it out to number 10 in the right corner. That's Everhart. She tries a three. It does not fall. Fight for the rebound. It goes out of bounds, and it is going to be Las Cruces High basketball.
And Everhart seeing her first action. She got some good minutes during the Metro tournament. I do notice she's got the left wrist taped up, though, tonight.
And Las Cruces High inbounds in front of Taskovich between the band and the student section. Trying to find some room. That's Badio driving toward the lane, and Kendall Cunningham guarding her and maybe got a little too tight on her.
Badio is a foul magnet.
So Badio will go to the line, and Kendall Cunningham called for her second foul. Cunningham had 10 points and 4 rebounds in the first half. She's added more points and a rebound as well. So Barrio sinks the first one. She's got 4 points in the game now.
All of them coming from the free throw line.
52-21. Nope, that was no good, right?
Yep, it was good.
Oh, okay. All right. I looked up right as it bounced out, and I saw Cunningham with the ball. So Barrio with 2 more. Hobbs cycles it around.
Hey, they finally call a foul on them.
Wow, as Cunningham goes up for the shot, it banks off, but she does get fouled, and they're going to call that on Cisneros, her first team foul against Las Cruces High in the third quarter. And Cunningham will go to the line and sinks that one. So another point for her. She'll get another chance at that. It is Everhart and Cepeda in the blocks for Hobbs, and Seiss and Clay back behind. And that one good as well. 2 more points for her. 54-21. A little over 2 minutes left to play. Las Cruces, a little bounce pass and a point-blank shot up, no good. And that's Cunningham with another rebound. Gets it to Cepeda. Cepeda driving in from the right, can put it in. And it goes out of bounds. It's knocked out of bounds.
Yeah,
and
she got blocked from behind. A good block there from Quinones. Got that one clean on her, but it'll stay Hobbs basketball.
And it will be Cepeda to inbound just to the right of the Hobbs basket. Gets it out to Clay. Clay drives up and passes to Cunningham in the lane. Cunningham going to put up a shot. It doesn't. It goes over the backboard, but she gets fouled. And they're going to call that one on, again, Cisneros. 2 quick fouls for her here in the second half.
And this is a case of if they can get Kendall going in the lane and in the post position, it can become a very long night for whoever they play. And as soon as I say that, of course, she misses the free throw.
That's her first miss from the line tonight. And
16 points, though. Nothing to complain about.
Exactly. And lots of rebounds to go with that. I've got her actually down for 6 rebounds.
Barrio will get the rebound.
Yeah, so that one was good, 54. Nope, that one was a miss. Okay, so 2 uncharacteristic misses. I was trying to give it to her. Las Cruces High with the ball. Gamboa getting it in, an alley-oop shot up from the right, no good. And that is Clay with the rebound. She kicks it out to Seiss in the corner. And a missed pass intended for Cunningham. Gamboa picks it up and rolls coast to coast and puts it up and in. It's our 4th point, 54-23 now with 1:10 left to play in the third. Clay drives in, thinking about the turnaround jumper. Instead kicks it out to Cepeda, and Cepeda buries a tray. Beautiful on the right wing. Makes it 57-24. 55 seconds left in the third. Las Cruces finally across the timeline, gets it to Gamboa. Gamboa kicks it out to Quinones near the timeline. She calls for some then just decides to drive to the bucket herself, but the shot up no good, and Clay with another rebound gets it to Cepeda. Cepeda passes over to Hargrove in the left wing, and no, that was Nevada Everhart. That was Addison Everhart in the left corner with a beautiful shot. As nothing but net. 3 more points, 60-23 now. Just a few seconds left. Las Cruces High bringing it down. Oh, and a block by Kendall Cunningham. And picking it up is Clay. Clay kicks it out to Cepeda in the right corner. And just like that, another tray. 2-3 balls in a row by Cepeda in the same place in that right corner.
And a 40-point lead for the Lady Eagles, just like that.
And Las Cruces High with the ball now. They're going to call a foul on maybe on Everhart probably at the buzzer, but they do call the foul. And I guess they're going to wave it off. They're going to say it happened. I guess they're going to say it happened after the buzzer sounded or
they
or
put
something.
It on Cepeda right at the buzzer.
So they're going to let that stand. And the foul is on her. But we will be back in 30 seconds as at the end of the third quarter, 63-23 is your score. Back with more Lady Eagle basketball from Tasker Arena coming up. Welcome back to Lady Eagle Basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, Jonathan Allen running camera, Tiff Stuber engineering and producing. And it's a good night to be a Lady Eagle here at Tasker Arena as end of the third quarter, 63-23, your score, a 40-point lead for the Hobbs Lady Eagles. And they inbound to begin the fourth quarter. Pass it around, a shot up, no good, and Las Cruces High with the rebound. I think that was
Herrera.
Herrera.
But then Hobbs steals it right
Hobbs,
back away.
Yeah, nice as a turnover. And Size with a nice would-be assist to Cepeda, who drives in and tries to put up a shot from the left. It will stay Lady Eagle basketball, but yeah, I thought probably should have been a foul as well.
Got to get it in, though. Four and a half. Yeah.
As they get it into Size out near center court, leaves it off for Everhart. Then back to Cepeda. Cepeda kicks it over to Kendall Cunningham. Cunningham with a beautiful jumper from the right, puts up 2 more points. Beautiful shot, and she's got 18 points in the game now. Las Cruces High across the timeline. They give it to Quinones. Quinones trying to pass it back is stolen away by Clay. Clay takes it coast to coast. So Clay with a nice steal and 2 more points for her.
Brett needs to get a rebound, so she's got her double-double. Keeps that streak intact. This is Lady Eagle Basketball, KEJL, Humble City Hobbs, K263AZ Hobbs.
Thank you for keeping us legal. And Las Cruces High with the ball going down, trying to put up a shot. It hits the backboard and does not go, but they're going to call Cunningham with a foul, and that's the 3rd foul on her. Let's see, she's got, 18 points, and I've got her as
18.6 rebounds.
6 rebounds, yeah, 6. I was looking, I was trying to give her yet another rebound, but I've got her down for 6 as well.
3 blocks.
Yeah, 3 nice blocks and really good play tonight. Good at the line and nice work by all the Lady Eagles, but yeah, Kendall having a really good game. First shot up and good.
Hawkins at the line.
And her first trip to the line. Second one rolls in and out, so a miss and a make. And a fight for the rebound. It's Cunningham going up against Gamboa. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Cunningham and Hobbs Lady Eagle ball. She inbounds, gives it to Cepeda. Cross timeline center court. Gets it to Size on the left wing. Back to Clay at the top of the arc. Into Cunningham. Cunningham kicks it all the way over to Cepeda in the left corner, and she pops her 3rd tray of the game, this time from the left side. And Cepeda makes it 70-24. Gamboa driving in. Really probably should have taken the shot. I think she had position. Sice was guarding her, and instead she kicks it back, kind of a no-look pass, and it goes out of bounds, intended for Pacheco. So another turnover.
Yeah, it's turnover number 18 for Las Cruces as the hockey line change comes in as Godwin, Bolton, Rivera, Mojica, and Armitage now on the floor for the Lady Eagles.
And Mojica will have the ball, run the point, cross center line. Armitage over in the left corner. Gets the pass, drives in, and loses the ball and travels.
Wow.
They're going to call her for that as, yep.
Thought she got bumped from behind, but
she did. She got kind of bumped from both sides as well. But I think they say she stumbled before that happened. But
funny, I thought we left the Albuquerque refs in Albuquerque.
And Las Cruces High with the ball. Passing it around, a ball up, no good, and it's blocked and then stolen away. A pass intended for Armitage is picked up. They are going to say, they're going to call.
Trying to steal it away on the other end was Badio, but she stepped on the line trying to save it over to Herrera. So no turnover for the Lady Eagles.
And it's going to be Mojica to inbound. Oh, and stolen away as Sice couldn't hang on to that. So the Lady Eagles with a turnover. A ball up no good by Herrera, and Mojica with the rebound. Yep. And then a pass, almost out of bounds. Armitage saves it, takes it, and going to drive. She drives across the baseline and going to put up a hook from the right. It does not fall, but she is fouled, and they're going to call that on number 4, Barrio. That's the first foul on her, and Armitage with her first trip to the line tonight. She's got, 4 points, rebound, and assist, and make it 5 points and a chance to make it another one.
Yeah,
70
5 points, 3 rebounds so far.
71-24 with 3:09 left in this game, as it goes very quickly with running clock. Yep. And good, so she's got 6 points in the game. 3 minutes left. 72-24 your score. Hobbs over Las Cruces High as they bring the ball across the timeline. Get it to Cisneros. A bounce pass is a bad one, picked off by Mojica. She's got about 1 million steals in this game, and she pulls up and just inside the arc pops the net. Beautiful shot by her.
And now she's got 11 in the ball game. Another Lady Eagle in double figures.
74-24 your score. Las Cruces, they get it to Gamboa. She puts up a shot. It does not fall. And Godwin with the rebound, and then she passes it up. And a shot up no good. Armitage with the rebound, and her putback no good, but I think she does get fouled.
Yep, so she'll go to the line for 2 more. And up by 50, so the clock never stops as they will whistle that one on Jasha Hawkins.
And I think that rebound at the other end was Rivera getting into the books with a rebound. It'll be Rivera and Mojica in the blocks. Armitage bricks the first one, has a chance to make another one though, as the clock is running. Areli Navarro coming in and Mojica coming out. Armitage, in, and finally, yes it does. It bounces around and rolls down finally and through. 75-24, a minute and a half left to play in this one. Hobbs Lady Eagles will go up to 17-1 on the season with a victory over Las Cruces High here. Oh, and a steal, but I think Armitage going to be called for the foul as she was going one-on-one and knocked the ball away, but I think the refs are going to see that maybe she bumped an arm for that. So, and she
pats the chest
like
that
okay,
one's on me.
Yep. So Las Cruces High inbounding in front
Not
of
a
Taskervich.
terrible foul. It just burns a lot more time off the clock.
And
so.
a minute left to play in this one, and I think
she's falling, and they're going to call the foul.
Yeah, as I think they're going to call her for fouling Herrera.
Yeah.
No, they're going to call that on Rivera, her first. And Rivera, it'll be on the floor. Cisneros will, or Herrera inbounds to Gamboa. Gamboa going to work it over, bounce pass. No room in the lane. Good defense by the Lady Eagles. So they kick it out to Herrera instead. Up to Gamboa. Gamboa sends it over to the left. And, it is Herrera who saves it. Puts up a shot. An attempt won't fall. And skying for the rebound. And getting that was number 23 again.
It was Novato.
No, it was Novato with another rebound. Hobbs having a little trouble here as they do manage to save it. It was loose and bouncing all over the place. But pulling off is Rivera, getting double teamed, and I think they're finally going to call a foul.
Yeah, and that'll do it. The clock will
expire. Clock's going to run out on that. So 75-24 as time expires on this one, and your final score with running clock most of that that fourth quarter. 75-24 final score as Hobbs wins this one against Las Cruces High. We'll be back and recap the game for you in just a couple of minutes here from Tasker Arena. Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. And welcome back to Tasker Arena, Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle and Jonathan Allen running camera. It was victorious Lady Eagles celebrating tonight a 75-24 win. Just overwhelmed Las Cruces High from the very beginning. Hobbs led at the end of the first 21-5, at halftime 39-14, at the end of the third 63-23, and at the end 75-24. And TJ Miracle has how we got there.
Well, thank you very much, Dawn. Let's take a quick look at Las Cruces. Their leading scorer tonight was Danae Pacheco. She had 8 points in the books, followed by Zoe Badio with 5. Then you had 4 points for Kieta Gamboa and for Bethany Quinones, 3 points for Jasha Hawkins. They pretty much shut down Sofia Herrera. Herrera and Alondra Cisneros were the leading rebounders for Las Cruces with 4 apiece. 19 rebounds as a team for the Lady Bulldogs. They go 8 of 18. So under 50% from the free throw line. They turned the ball over 20 times in the game, and you already ran down the scoring, so I won't bother with that. Turning the page for your Hobbs Lady Eagles. Leading scorer tonight, Kendall Cunningham with 18 points. Right behind her, Brett Clay, 16 points, 9 rebounds. I'll have to go back and look at the tape. We've got to find another rebound for Brett in there somewhere to get her that double-double, but a good game either way. Nakaya Mojica with 11, Bryn Hargrove with 10, so 4 Lady Eagles in double figures. Madison Zapata just missing double digits. He had 9 in the ball game. Also scoring, Aliana Armitage off the bench with 7. Then you had 3 points for Carolina Size and 3 points for Addison Everhart in the ball game. The Lady Eagles finish up the night 9 of 14 from the free throw line. Clay, the leading rebounder, with 9. Kendall Cunningham with 6 in the game. Next on the list, Armitage. Even though she's often the shortest girl on the court, she'll battle for the board. She had 4 in the ball game. 33 total rebounds for the Lady Eagles in this one, and they turned the ball over 11 times. You're going to see that, though, when things get maybe a little bit sloppier, when you start getting a lot of different combinations out there. So all in all, just a very dominant game for the Lady Eagles as they get ready for another long road trip. Not as bad as the boys with their trip to Cruces tonight and then back over up the Central Spine for the weekend. But Moriarty's not an easy haul.
Also, we got to say congratulations to Kendall Cunningham, who joined the 1,000-point club tonight. She, of course, was the top scorer with 18 points in the game, 6 rebounds, and she has more than 1,000 high school career points, and that's nothing to sneeze at. That's quite an accomplishment, and it seems like almost every game now there's 1 or 2 records being broken or set by these Hobbs Lady Eagles, and a great talented team, and just a good dominating performance tonight. They never wavered. It was solid in all aspects, and it does set them up to go on the road. In fact, they are going to play Farmington next. Now, on your schedule, you'll see that it's a home game, but
Hobbs is the home team.
That's right. Hobbs is the home team. It's not a home game. It's not here at Tasker Arena. They are going to do what they did last year and meet halfway. So Farmington will come down to Moriarty. Hobbs will go up to Moriarty, and I'll have that game for you on Friday night from Moriarty, and that game is scheduled to start at 6:30 p.m., and we'll have that for you here on Eagle 100.5. And I believe the Hobbs boys are playing that night as well.
Yep, so it'll be on Hobbs.
It'll be on
Lee County
News and Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com as well. So Hobbs girls going up to 17-1 with this victory, and we'll have that next game for them on this Friday night. And so we say congratulations again and look forward to that next game. And that's going to put a wrap on it. Any final thoughts or words on this one, TJ?
Well, just a really good performance tonight for the Hobbs Lady Eagles, and it doesn't get any easier. Just a few more tune-ups. Farmington, is a team that will traditionally be extremely tough, should be a good test for the Lady Eagles, and then we're not far away from district.
No, so I think district starts, I'll have to double-check. I think it's the 28th. I think it's January 28th, I believe. I may have another team in mind on that, but I think that they do start district on the 28th. So that is That's the plan, or at least in that same week or within a couple of days of that. So looking forward to Friday night, and that does it for Jonathan Allen. Thank you for running camera on behalf of TJ Miracle, and thank you to Tiff Stuber for producing the engineering. I'm Dawn Morgan saying so long after this 75-24 victory by Hobbs over Las Cruces Lady Eagle basketball on Lee County News and Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Eagle 100.5. Good night, everybody.